Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, all around the globe to another edition of We Love Rare Grooves. That's right, we are excited to bring you another show as we do every Monday night with the legends. That's right, where the legends can be found only here on We Love Rare Grooves. I'm your host, C. Mose, bringing you the magic of the music and the music of the magic every Monday night on the United Broadcast Network, Channel 1. That's right, streaming live on our Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So tune in. Call us 323-524-2599. You're going to want to call in and talk to our wonderful, legendary guest that we have tonight. But I said, every Monday night, I can't do this without my great cast and crew. You hear me say it, but I could not thank these beautiful ladies and gentlemen for bringing a great show every Monday night to the award-winning, that's right. Well, we got nominated 2 years in a row, runner-up for the Best
That's a beautiful
podcast,
thing.
Discovery Podcast Magazine. Thank you very much.
That's a beautiful thing.
And then we have the world-famous videologist, the one and only DJ Reg. What you say, my good man?
Good evening. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. How was everybody?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Good. Great. Had my little show today. Did a little bit of Motown Mondays and more Oldies today. Had a great crowd.
Are you on what? Twitch,
and I'm on Twitter. And then I'll be on Facebook. I call it, it's supposed to be Facebook, but I call it Facebook.
So catch up with
me out.
DJ Reg, right?
DJ Reg, man.
That's right. So tune in to
with
the
two G's, not two G's.
Two G's.
It's not egg. It's reg. It's Reg.
DJ Reg with two G's.
Thank
tune
you.
in. And then we have
cut me off. Didn't he just cut me off my promo? Oh my God.
2 G's, that's what I said.
Okay, go ahead. On
2
you.
G's.
On you, bro.
DJ Reg. And then we have the consultant in the house with us.
Absolutely. Robert.
You got to know your soul.
Man, listen, I don't know my soul, but I know Ohio when I hear it.
Okay? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this is straight up Ohio, northern Ohio, southern Ohio, stopped in the middle in Columbus. Listen, not only that, like most things out of Ohio, including me, got talent.
Really?
I'm excited. I'm
really?
I'm
Did
excited.
He say,
got talent.
And they do
me. Ain't nothing wrong with
did
that.
he include himself?
And they have a little soul too, right? They have soul?
Thank you. If you don't think I'm wonderful, ask me.
Okay.
So, and then we can't do it. Glue to keep us all together. Our wonderful, beautiful, and talented co-host, the one and only Miss Shantani Irie.
Yeah.
Hey.
How you do?
Irie, what you say?
Hey.
Hey. One day.
It's coming.
One day. It's coming.
Hey.
It'll be here tomorrow.
You know, I told my mom that Shirley Murdock was going to be on our show. And my mother said, "Oh, y'all getting big time now."
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
I know.
If Mama said we big time,
I thought
we're going to take her word for
when
it.
we had Dion work, I thought we were big time when we had my mom, too.
On, right.
No,
We had
she
Mom
said
on, yeah.
It took us getting Shirley Murdock for her to say, "Y'all really doing it now." God,
Nice.
7 years later on both.
Yeah.
Hey, we want to thank our sponsors every Monday night for keeping the project going, and we start off with Beverly Boy Production, the go-to guys for all your video production needs. Give them a call, 1-800.
They're still on board with us, huh?
385-1243. Hey, and they're still looking for a project manager, so give them a call.
Again?
Yes.
Dang.
Hey.
How much experience do I need?
None. Just tell them you heard it on We Love Rare Grooves.
Really?
Really,
Okay.
that's all you need.
Hey, taking numbers?
And also, LB Tax Consultant. It's that time of year coming around.
Wow.
Here. All year tax consultant. Give my girl a call today. They're the tax expert, 425-227-8885.
You taking my call?
Yes, Lord.
Okay.
Tell her We Love Rare Grooves.
It depends on how much you owe the IRS. If you owe more than 50, she probably not taking the call.
And then last with Soulful Sundays. You got Soulful Sundays coming up on December 19th with El DeBarge and Switch, opening up with DW3. That's right.
When?
December 19th. Get your tickets today at ctickets.us.
Nice.
You still looking for it? All right, I'll send it to you. You're still looking for it. But hey, let's get the show started. I'm ready to rock and roll with this young lady joining us in the Groove Studio. She's one of the fabulous voices in R&B and gospel music.
Yes.
She's a songwriter, singer, actress, best known for her top 10 R&B hits As We Lay, Go On Without You, Husband, In Your Eyes. She's collaborated with the Bishop T.D. Jakes, and they did a #1 gospel.
TJ, right?
Yeah.
TD Jakes. Okay.
TD Jakes.
Thank you, sir.
You
All
know
right.
me. See, there you go, right there.
And they did a #1 what?
Sacred Love song that became #1 on the gospel charts. And since then, she has toured in gospel plays and recorded such hits that became a Stellar and Dove Awards. That song was called Love Me Better Than That. And then she teamed up with a man that was on here a couple weeks ago, Ben Tanker, the gospel jazz pioneer, and they did a
Penis.
Pioneer. Oh, you called him a...
No. He does play piano, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't going there, though.
You did, but it's okay.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
said Pioneer.
So
As we carry on, and she received the gold record for 2006 hit, Jesus is Love. Over the years, she's collaborated with Roger Troutman of Zapp, Melba Moore, HTown, Teena Marie, Regina Belle Kelly Price, just to name a few.
Nice.
Today, you can still find her touring and singing her gospel hits through her gospel roots. So we have none other than the sensational, talented voice of the one and only Miss Shirley Murdock.
Hey.
Welcome to the Groove Studio.
Hey, beautiful.
I finally got all that out, right?
Man, you hear clowning over here.
You didn't have to read all that.
Man.
Yeah, you deserve it. You deserve it.
Gotta let them know.
Yes.
That's why
I have absolutely been blessed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
blessed, beautiful,
Working hard,
talented.
too.
Yes.
And it's an honor to have you in the Groove Studios tonight.
Yes, it is.
So
Thank you guys for having me.
Well, thank you for taking time to be with us as we're going to go on a musical journey. I know you've done many of the interviews, you've done Unsung and all, but we're going to do it in the We Love Rare Grooves fashion. So we're going to have fun. We're going to do it. Shantini, go ahead and take it away.
Did you come out of the womb singing?
Yeah, I think so. I think, when the doctor smacks your bottom and the baby cries, doctor.
Yeah.
As long as I can remember walking and talking, I always remember being able to sing. There was never a time where I could not sing. And even as a young girl, I used to sound like a grown woman,
Nice.
I remember singing those songs like by Aretha Franklin, like Dr. Feelgood with so much fervor,
Yeah.
so much believability. Mom said, baby, I know you don't know what you're singing about, what you sound like you do, so why don't you just leave that alone till you get grown. So I had to wait till I got grown.
Yeah.
You in kindergarten talking about Dr. Feelgood in the morning.
As my
Don't send me no doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As my stepdad used to always say, let alone. Let alone. Let alone. Let alone. Let alone.
Now, did you, were your parents musically inclined? Did you have siblings?
There was always music in the house. Always music in the house. Growing up in Toledo, we just call Toledo South Detroit.
That's what it is. Thank you.
So,
That's what
Motown,
it is. Yeah.
Listening to Aretha, and as a young kid, the Jackson 5, they were young, like we were young, and everything that came out of Motown was just so soulful and rich, and we loved it. And so I think I was especially attracted to Aretha because not only was she the queen of soul, but she always remembered her gospel roots. So I could always relate to her in that way too. So yeah. But my father loved jazz. My mother liked blues. She liked Brooke Benton, but there was always gospel in the house, and it was always, R&B. I remember sitting next to the hi-fi, when you put the needle on the record and you put like a nickel or a dime on it.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I had those big old air traffic control headphones.
Oh, yeah.
Now they're called Beats.
Uh-oh.
That's true. We've come a long way.
Okay, that'll call.
Sing along and I sung. I grew up singing in the church choir, so I loved harmony. I sang harmony with everything that came on the radio. And grew up in a house with 6 kids in one bathroom, locked this up in the bathroom.
Oh wow.
Wasn't a good thing for my siblings.
I remember that also. It's a wonder we made it through that.
But was you singing in the bathroom? Probably you were singing in the bathroom too.
I don't know what
That's
I
where
was
the
doing.
acoustics was really good.
Yeah.
Right,
The acoustics always in the
Everybody
restroom.
sounds
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Everybody sounds good.
Or in the shower.
restroom.
That's right.
Now, did you study music in school? I know when you all were coming up, music was, a must in the school. You did not.
Did not study. As a kid in elementary school, I remember playing the clarinet for just a little bit.
That's what we're
But
gonna.
it's really what I have is really a gift from God, and I learned from my teachers like Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight, all the singers, Stevie Wonder. I listened and I mimicked. And so. I remember one day I got a chance to tell Miss Gladys, I said, you know what, you may not know it, but you were one of my teachers. And you know, when you think about all the people that you learn from and you glean from, there's somewhere in there. It's so funny because as I'm singing certain songs and certain chops come up, I go, oh, there's my Aretha, there's my Gladys, you know, there's my Stevie. So they're all in here, all mixed up like a nice big gumbo.
Now, you talked about the secular artists that influence you. Name some of the gospel artists that influence you.
Shirley Caesar, the Clark sisters. I love Dr. Maddie Moss Clark, the Winans. Vicki Winans, Beverly Crawford.
Yeah.
There's just so many. Andre Crouch and the Disciples that came up, during that time. The Hawkins. Oh my God. So I mean, a lot of gospel influences coming out of Detroit. So I kind of got that Detroit flavor with the riffs.
I love it. You hear that, Clifton? This is
I
great.
know.
He thought it was going to be an Ohio night. Not so fast.
I know.
Come on down. We'll see Ohio.
Come on down to 75. We'll come down in a minute. We on our way.
Oh yeah, got to come down 75 south.
Yeah.
So tell me about what made your decision, because as I know, Toledo is Toledo Scott, Toledo Macomb.
Yes.
Toledo.
I lived in the Scott district. All my brothers and sisters, 5 siblings. Everybody went to Scott, but I got a scholarship to go to St. Ursula. Okay. St. Ursula Academy is all-girl Catholic high school. Oh. So when I still lived in the Scott district, a lot of my friends went to Scott. One of my best friends went to Libby. So I knew about Macomber, DeVilbiss, all that. Yeah. So yeah, Toledo was a great place to grow up, and I recently had an opportunity to go back and to do the African-American concert. Life Jennings and I, Life Jennings is my homeboy.
Oh, really?
There you go.
So he and I were both there just over the summer, and we received the keys to the city and a wonderful proclamation from the city council, and it was really nice to go back home. And I've been so blessed to always get a warm welcome whenever I go back home, because everywhere I go, everybody know I live in Dayton, but I'm from Toledo. So I think it's so important to recognize, your roots and where you come from. And Toledo is my hometown.
So did you go to Baptist church but a Catholic school? Is that what I'm
Baptist Coastal.
Right, that's what I mean. I did kind of similar, and then I was shocked that my grandmother told me to start going to Catholic church. I grew up in a Baptist
church,
right?
But I went to Catholic schools. But as I began to grow up and grow in my relationship with God, it became more relationship as opposed to religion.
Right. There you go.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's all about.
I'm Baptist Coastal.
Yeah.
So and my relationship with the Lord informs my. It's for me. It's like relationship is not just going to church on Sunday.
Correct.
Your relationship informs your demeanor and your decisions and the way that you act and react in your everyday life. It's an everyday life thing. It's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing. Yeah. It's a life commitment. So it's really about relationship, knowing that God loves you beyond a shadow of a doubt, and that He's for you. He says, I know the thoughts and the plans that I have towards you, thoughts and plans of peace, to give you hope, to give you a future. And so to have that kind of relationship with the creator of the world is really a cool thing, to know that not only can you know Him, but He knows you and allows you to know Him, and you can become more have a better understanding of your purpose, why the why you were here, and all the good things that He's given you, and how you're how He's going to use you and will use you to be a blessing to just mankind. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
the doors of the church are now open.
It's beautiful. I'm feeling, but honestly, I'm feeling it. I mean, you captured me right there.
And no, she does not have the numbers, so don't ask her.
They would get ready to go somewhere where. Well, no, certain churches, they give a number out.
They used to years ago when people used to run the numbers. They don't run them. Yeah, she knows. Now, when did you realize you could sing for real? When did you realize that you were separated from your peers and you really had something unique?
When I watched the response of people.
Okay.
How they responded, how it made them feel. I think that, you can have a gift, and your gift will make room for you, and bring before a great man. Yeah. And you can have a talent, but when God touches that gift, that puts something special on it. It's the anointing, And I realized that my talent enough people might like how it sounds, but his presence in what you sing, especially when it's a good news message, it can change a person's life. I remember I used to sing in weddings when I was younger, and I remember singing "Inseparable" in a wedding. You know, "Inseparable" by Natalie Cole, and I used to sing songs like love songs and weddings.
Yeah.
And I remember being in church singing that song, and people were responding like they did when I was singing gospel, and it kind of blew my mind. I'm like, wait, hold up. Why are people responding like this when this is not gospel? This is not necessarily, it's not like amazing grace, nothing like that.
Right.
But what I realized, I had an aha moment, and in that aha moment, what I discovered is not what I sing, is where I sing from. I sing from a place of a gifting that God has given me, and I never want to take that for granted, to think that I'm so much of a such a much,
Yeah.
so much not about me, but it's his presence in what I do. So I always try to make room for God, because I want him to show up.
Yeah.
I believe
By
that.
myself, you might like it, but when he steps into the room, lives can change. I believe that if you're down and out, your spirit can be uplifted. You can be encouraged. So it's a responsibility for those of us who have that type of gift to be able to say something positive. To even talk about everyday life. I know we're going to get into As We Lay, but there's such a story to go with that.
No, I know. So
Now
what we're going
coming out to church singing As We Lay. But
So-
I'll tell y'all about that whenever
we're going to come to that, but what we're going to do is we're going to go on a musical journey from that early period, but we're going to let people know what's going on now. Your latest, I believe, video that you had did was People Get Ready. So we were going to show that, if you want to talk about what was your reason for getting behind doing that cover, and then we're going to show the video, and then we're going to reach back and bring out that beginning and see what we found out. We're going to go back.
Back in the day.
We're going to go back. We're going
Way
way
back.
back.
Brothers and sisters.
And then we're going to let you tell that story
Let's
from
go.
there. Let's go. So if you want to introduce People Get Ready and a little bit of background on what made you do that cover, and then we're going to go down.
For sure. It was during the time of COVID, when everybody was on lock, people lost their jobs, people lost their livelihood, people were losing loved ones. It was also during the time of going into the 2020 election, and there was so much vitriol in the atmosphere. And my husband, who's my co-writer and my co-producer, we were thinking and saying, we want to say something positive. We need to put something positive into the atmosphere. And so we thought about maybe writing a song, but then we kind of listened to some of the old songs and went back and got that Curtis Mayfield and the Impression song, People Get Ready. Because, you pray and pray and pray. But even though you pray, some people, it's like they're shocked when the answer comes, or they think the answer's not coming. So you pray with expectancy, believing that you're going to have what it is that you're asking for, and then you're looking for the answer. And if you're not looking and ready and open, then the answer could be right in your face and you'll miss it. So we were blessed to have those vaccines and just we praise God for the frontline workers, all the doctors and the nurses, and we wanted to put something in the atmosphere that would be that would promote unity and also healing. So people get ready. There's a train coming. You don't need no ticket. All you got to do is get on board.
And this is
all you need is faith. Just a little something to work with, and everything's gonna be all right.
tell us about it, Miss Shirley Murdock. Give us a call, 323-524-2599. Streaming live on the UBN Network, Channel 1, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Give her a call as we get ready to go into People Get Ready, and then after that, stay tuned, because we going into the Groove Vault. That's how we do it here on We Love Rare Grooves. We'll be right back in the Groove second with the one and only Miss Shirley Murdock. So take me away, Pretty Tony, with a little bit of the People Get Ready.
Such a nasty girl with your ways. Yeah, you take my money and you spend it on those other guys. like an angel, but I can see the devil in your ways. Everybody in town is checking you out. Now the way you move, you make a blind man shout. I used to be an innocent girl. Lord, what you mean done for me? You broke my heart. You took all of my money. Yes, you did. Don't be like that no more. Got the power. You let me know that now. I know what you want, and I know what makes you weak. I'm cold, but it's baby. I got ice cubes in my face. You can be, it can be. I will not hold it out. Oh no. Hey, yeah. Ooh, baby, let me sweeten your life. I'm your sugar. Oh yeah. In your first cup of coffee and your last cup of tea, I'm here to please. Oh yeah. Just spread me on thick. Enjoy every bit. I'm your sugar lady. Sugar, I'm your sweet sticky thing. I'm your sugar, hey, yeah. Just unwind. Relax your mind.
night away. It happened. Now we can't turn back the hands of time. No, no, baby. Yes, we've stolen this moment, but we forgot to face one simple fact, that we both belong to someone else. As we slept the night away, it's morning.
Sunlight shines across your sleeping face. A new day brings reality, and we must go our separate ways. What a lovely night we had. Yeah, yeah. As we shared each other's love, we forgot about all the pain we caused. As we slipped the night away, as we lay, we forgot about tomorrow. As we lay.
We love Shirley Murdock.
Yeah.
We're way back.
That's why they
That's
call
my
it.
song right
That's
there.
why they call us We Love Rare Grooves.
Yes,
We went to the
yes.
groove yard for you, Shirley.
So, Miss Murdock, you came out the church house saying Jesus is on the main line, and then you came out and wrote As We Lay.
I didn't write As We Lay.
I know,
Or you came out and sang it.
Hey, that's what we
Yeah,
did.
yeah, well,
She didn't even
first
do
of
it
all,
first.
so-
It was Human Body, right?
Right.
Yes, and many people don't know that, so you guys really did your homework. Billy Beck from the Ohio Players wrote it with Larry Troutman,
Yeah.
and he
Oh.
actually sang it. It was on Bearsville's record, and I remember when we were making my debut album, my manager Larry Troutman, who was one of the writers, he and Roger thought that I should put it on my record, and I had a problem with it because I'm like, well, this is talking about infidelity, and I don't want to sing a celebratory song about infidelity.
Right.
I said, so if I'm going to sing it, I want to add these lyrics. And what I added to that song was, we should have counted up the cost, but instead we got lost in the second, in the minute, in the hour. Because let's face it, people make bad decisions. Sometimes they make permanent decisions based upon a temporary situation. It might feel good to you now, but the price that you have to pay is
Oh, yeah.
so great.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to be a celebratory song about infidelity, but a sad song about regret. And listen, in life we make mistakes. It's okay to make a mistake. The crime is when we don't learn from our mistakes.
There you
So
go.
we can take the lessons from the mistakes that we've made and take it to the next situation. Guess what? It's gonna come around again, and we have to make better decisions. So I wanted to, like I said, I didn't want to be a song about sleeping around, even though that was the subject, and that definitely got your attention.
Yeah.
But the main thing I wanted to drive home was, we should have counted up the cost, but instead we got lost. Because people are going to be affected by what you do.
Absolutely.
You see, the song talks about, I would never want to hurt her. She would never understand that you belong to me for just one night. But one night might jack up your whole life. So we didn't think about that. If you ask somebody who might have smoked dope, crack for the first time, if they had an opportunity to go back and think about the consequences, the fact that they might be stealing from their mama or grandmama now, just the consequences that are attached to the decisions that you make.
Yeah.
So for me, I was not necessarily singing a song about infidelity, but a sad song about regret. And
Now, how did
counting
they-
up the cost before you get lost?
Now, how did they receive you wanting to add a verse to that song and wanting to flip the story behind it?
It was no problem because they knew me. They knew where I came from. Even when I first met Roger and Larry, I didn't want to sing R&B. I was still trying to be a gospel singer. But those doors never opened. But they said, if you ever want to give this a try, we want to help you. And I left there because I had many opportunities to sing R&B. And I'm like, God, why is this the only door that's open for you? You saw my unsung. song, right?
Yeah.
It's like, why is this the only door that's opening for me? So I walked by faith through the open door. And I was not walking through that door to become something different, but to continue on my journey and to be able to share my relationship and my love and encouragement to people, my love for God, and to encourage people in their walk. You know, just to encourage people in everyday life.
Now, where did you first meet Roger Troutman?
Roger, my cousin Jill Perkins used to work for Troutman Enterprises, and she lived in Dayton and I lived in Toledo. But I was actually traveling with a revival team called Tetrick, and so we would go to all over the country and do a crusade for like a week at a time, various cities. And one of our crusades was in my hometown of Toledo, and the theme of that crusade was called Jesus is Love. So we adopted the Lionel Richie Commodore's song "Jesus Is Love" as our theme song for that week. And back then, people, how people, they would record services. Well, to show you how long ago this was, my mom had a recording of me singing that in those services on a cassette tape. So we're going back to cassette tape, like 8 tracks of cassette.
Yeah.
So on a cassette tape. So my mom let Jill take a copy back to Roger and Larry, and she set it in a boombox and let them hear it. And when I got home, my family was very, very excited because Jill let Roger and Larry hear it, and they were wondering, who's this girl? Does she want to make records? So my older sister and I, we went to Dayton and had a talk with them, and I told them, well, I want to sing gospel. And but anyway, I told them thank you, but no thank you. But they left the door open and just said, if you ever want to get us to try, we really want to help you. And they shared a lot of things with me, about the music business. And like I said, I prayed about it, and I walked through the open door, and the rest is history.
And that's interesting, because Jesus is Love became a gold record for you and Mr.
Yes.
Tankard. Wow,
Isn't that
that's amazing. Yes, that is truly amazing.
When I was in the studio with Ben Tankard, I got a little reclapped because this is like long after Roger had passed away, and it's like, this is the song that Roger heard me sing on for the very first time, and for me to have this opportunity to sing this song, it was really special, and it really touched my heart. So I always, Roger's like he got his own space in my heart. Yeah. And he and his brother Larry, they raised me up in the music business. They always taught me and always encouraged me. Roger was not only just a wonderful person and a wonderful friend and my big brother, but he always encouraged me to write, and he gave me opportunities to do what I wanted to do on the record. And I think it's because not only was he a producer, but he was also an artist. So that made him artist sensitive to other artists. And so it was just really a wonderful experience. I wouldn't be who I am today without God first, but Roger Troutman and Larry Troutman, they have a definite imprint on my life and in my heart and in my music.
Well, so let's expand on that a little bit, particularly for those who don't know. Now, I know a little bit about Dayton, Ohio. My son played basketball with Chaminade. My first wife is from Dayton, Ohio. My two roommates. Oh yeah, my two roommates in. My two roommates in college went to Roth High School and Roosevelt. Yes. But tell them about the business part of the Troutmans, how they were totally self-contained.
Yes,
oh, yeah.
and
absolutely.
And expand
absolutely
on expand on that too, because it's the family. And the only reason I'm kind of jumping in, and you can finish off, you had Bobby Glover that was part of the Troutman family, and Billy Beck from Ohio Players was part of that. So as Robert was saying, that's like a whole family of that Dayton scene music. So we just wanted you to expand on those songs.
As a matter of fact, we just this past weekend at our Schuster Performing Arts Center, there was a tribute to all the Dayton funk, all the music that came out of Dayton, whether it was Slade, whether it was Dayton, whether it was Ohio Players, whether it was New Horizons, Zapp. So much music came out of not only Ohio but Dayton, and there's also a funk center here, funk museum, and so along with the Dayton Philharmonic Orchestra, we had a big concert and, as a tribute to all of this music. Bad Bobby Glover, Greg Jackson, Janetta Boyce was a young lady that was the lady of Zapp when I first came into Zapp. Just so many. They had horn players. My gosh, it was Larry Troutman, Roger Troutman, Lester Troutman, and Terry Zapp Troutman. Just a wonderful self-contained group. They were the band, they were the crew.
Bus driver,
everything.
bus driver.
When I came into the band, we didn't have tour buses. We were traveling in vans with the big Zapp logo and trucks to carry the equipment. So we were the band and we were the crew. And so we would travel all over the country and go to the, sometimes it was a club, sometimes it was an arena. But we go in there and we were the crew and we put up lights and gels and all that stuff. And then put into a nearby phone booth, maybe sometimes it's a restroom or sometimes there wasn't a real dressing room, it might be the ladies' restroom.
Mm-hmm.
Jeanette and I would go there and change clothes and then come back out and go out and do the show. And after get to greeting the people, we go back and change to some work clothes, tear down and lay in the van and go to the next city. And I remember it was at that time where I said, I love this. I learned how to love it when it was hard,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it gave me an appreciation for what the crew goes through.
Yeah.
They're first there.
Right.
They're all day and they're the last to go. So
Right.
it really gave me getting ready to become an artist because I was a signed artist on Elektra Records when I traveled with Roger and Zapp. And so it was really a great learning experience. Being a young artist getting ready to go out, I took care of all of Roger's interviews. So that gave me an opportunity to go to the radio stations and meet, all the different reps from Wheel, Warner, Elektra, and Atlantic. And it just gave me an opportunity to kind of learn the business. He taught me so much, and I learned from the best.
Now, at what age did you realize that you were going to be doing this for a living as opposed to having a regular job? And what age did you first start really getting, how old were you when you really got into the business for real, for real?
I was about 25, 26, mid-20s.
Oh, okay.
But I've been singing like a grown woman all my life.
Right.
Singing gospel, doing concerts and things. But I'm really fortunate that it happened at that time.
Yeah.
Because if it happened when you're younger, you don't really know who you are. I love the fact that by the time I came into the music industry, not only did I know who I was, I knew whose I was.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know that, baby, this industry will tell you who you are. So I try to encourage people. Many moms and grandmas will come up and say, my granddaughter, my child is talented. I'm like, okay, you want them to grow up, you want to be able to instill, really these basic things about life. Instill that into their spirit, and so that they will have something to hold on to, so they'll be anchored. So by the time they get into this music business, this music business will not dictate how they're supposed to dress, how they're supposed to act, who they're supposed to hang around. You have to have a good sense of self in order to survive this business. One of the things that Roger and Larry said to me, they said, okay, do you want a hit record or do you want a career?
Yeah, there's a big difference.
Do you want a hit record or do you want a career? He said hit records go up the charts and down the charts. He said, but it takes time to build a career. It's like line up on line, precept upon precept. Sometimes the records work, sometimes they don't. But Roger said this to me when Azure Day was on the top of the charts. He said, baby girl, I need to talk to you. He said, because that record cannot stay on the top of the charts. All those records, they're waiting to come up there. He said, and right now you are the best thing since ice cream when it comes to the record company. They love you. They'll name their kids after you. He said, but when that record comes off the charts, they're going to take your poster down, put somebody else's up, and you'll be lucky if they accept your phone call. Wow. He said, this is what you do. He said, do a great record, do a great live performance, but this is the key. Stay touchable to the people, and they will support you for the rest of your life. I saw it be evident in his life. It's true in my life, whether I have a record out or not. I feel the support of the fans. They come to the concerts, they come to the plays, just the support. When you're number one with the fans, it doesn't matter what the chart says. And then Roger and Larry also said, don't chart watch. He said, live by the charts, die by the charts. So those things kind of settled me and anchored me so that I could slow walk my way through this thing called the music business and survive it.
Now, where were you when you first heard your song on the radio? The very first song that you recorded and you heard it, where were you?
Riding in my car. And it's like on WDAO. You know about
Dayo.
It's like, oh my God, Mama, I'm on the radio. So it was just amazing because that's something like I think any kid, a young person who ever wanted to be in the music business, when you hear your your music for the first time. And see, back then they had a thing called Make It or Break It.
Right. Yeah.
They would test. They would test the songs and play it and see if the people liked it, and they liked it, so it got added, to the playlist. So it's just been an amazing journey.
What was your first car when you started when you made it real big, or when you really were doing it? What was the first car you bought?
My first car was a 1986 Fiero.
Ooh,
wow.
Small car, yeah.
Wow.
I ain't heard that name in a long time.
Fiero, yeah, I remember those. Like a little sports car.
For almost over 35 years, and some people listening probably didn't even know that a Fiero existed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Pontiac Fiero.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember.
The gold Pontiac Fiero.
I remember one.
Wow. You reach way back.
I mean,
on that.
I have not heard that name in
Matter of
yeah.
fact,
so
Pretty
long.
Tony, find us a picture of that. Pretty
gold.
Tony, gold.
Fiero, a gold
You was
Fiero.
rolling. You was rolling
What-
through Dayton.
I was rolling in my little gold Fiero.
One more question before we go on to our next musical selection.
Computer love.
Computer Love. Now, you
Yeah.
guys, give us a little bit of backstory on Computer Love with Zapp and Roger Troutman.
Okay, well, some of the some of the music from Computer Love, especially the beat, boom, boom,
Oh,
boom,
Yeah.
from
Boom.
from a song from that my husband started that track on Sugarfoot's record. Okay,
Right.
I think it's I'm your I can't remember. I can find out in a minute on the break. I'll let you know.
Okay.
But Dale started that track, and this was during a time where Roger was kind of feeling like people might be a little tired of hearing the talk box. And so Dale had a conversation with Roger. He said, "Well, no." He said, "Maybe just do something a little different. Like maybe how about two computers in love? Have a love song, a ballad with the talk box." So Dale went in and started that track, and then Roger came in and put the hook. Computer love. Computer love with the talk box.
Yeah.
And then Charlie Wilson happened to be in town and
Uh-huh.
came through and started Uncle Charlie. Oh, bad Uncle Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie came in and was singing, just kind of. See, one thing about singers, when we hear something good, we want to sing on it too.
Right.
So,
That's so true.
So the music was good, the groove was right, and so he was singing along, just out in the air. So Roger put his hand. I'm told that Roger put his hand on Charlie's mouth. He said, no, just wait till I get it set up, because he didn't want Charlie to waste it, right? So everything, if you notice, everything that Roger said on the record, Charlie ad-libbed and said it as well.
Right.
Because there were no verses at that particular time. And then later on, Roger and I went to our rehearsal hall, Studio C, and I wrote the verses to Computer Love. But it's amazing because we had no idea at that time how far ahead of our time that we were.
You're right.
Not knowing how people would end up actually finding love, online.
Right,
and through
to computers.
And so
Yeah.
Right.
it's just,
And that song is so timeless.
Mind-blowing.
I mean, it's
Yes.
such a timeless song.
Match.com, blackpeoplemeet.com.
But I mean, it's such a. But that song is so
thisomebooty.com.
timeless. Like you don't hear that song and think, "Oh, this is some old song from back in the day." Like it just sets in every decade. I love it.
yeah.
But it was
groove is just-
Yeah, it is.
But a lot of people didn't know that Charlie Wilson was doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't know that Charlie Wilson was singing.
Yeah, and
They
then
didn't even
Charlie
know.
Charlie and Roger later on, I think, did another version of it.
Okay.
And I think Charlie actually did a recording of it as well. And I mean,
Yeah, he
people
did.
send me
Yeah, he did.
TikTok, with people dancing on Computer Love. I just posted something on my Facebook page where somebody sent me an older white gentleman pumping gas, and the song came on, and he was getting his groove on.
Yeah.
So it's amazing that your music can make people have that kind of joy.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, give us a call, ladies and gentlemen. Speak to Miss Shirley Murdock at 323-524-2599. Streaming live on the UBN Network, Channel 1.
We're going to get to talk to some folks.
Facebook, yes. Twitter,
Awesome.
YouTube. So before we do that, I'll give a little love to Beverly Boys Production, and then we're going to go into a next musical set. Give my man some love on this next song that we're going to come back into.
I have a quick question, really quick. How many times do you hear your songs in the grocery stores, and do you ever tell people that's me? When you're pushing through the frozen
That's a good
food.
one.
I remember having a gig in Miami, Florida some years ago, and it was on the radio, and someone was singing it, and I was just, to myself, smiling, and because they didn't know it was me, you know. So I did. To me, no, I don't. I leave it alone.
So you be in the
I'm just
frozen
really
food section just
I'm
singing.
I'm grateful to kind of like be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
Right.
Really to see the really authentic reactions.
Yeah.
When they don't know it's you, you know. So yeah, it's
You should grab.
amazing.
You should be one time if you in the grocery
She should
store.
grab the speaker.
No, just like you really like that song, and then just hit the verse on it. Be like, you sound just like her.
What I get in the grocery store is you look like Shirley Murdock.
Oh,
I hear that all the time.
you look like Shirley
I say,
Murdock.
well, I am. They go like, yeah, and then I say, well, no, you lying. I said, okay, well.
I'm lying.
It is what it is.
All right, we'll be back in one groove second. Take me away to Beverly Boys Production as we're in the Groove Studios with Shirley Murdock in the house.
Hey.
If you want an amazing, high-quality video, definitely go with Beverly Boy Production.
Team Beverly Boy is so dynamic.
What keeps you coming back to Beverly Boy is trust. They know what they're doing.
I look at them, those guys as my team. That's my video team.
If you're considering hiring Beverly Boy Productions, just do it.
You don't really need to look much further than Beverly Boy. Give them a call. They will make sure your vision shows up on screen.
We're excited to help you with your next project, so drop us a line and let's connect.
know sometimes your burdens get heavy and the load seems too hard to bear. Too hard to bear. I know you feel like giving up, but just hold on, 'cause I'll be there. Yes, I will. Like a shelter in a time of storm, I will keep you.
My voice is an instrument of praise unto Thee, O Lord. Every song I sing will always mean that I love You, Lord. Oh, Lord. 'Cause in the morning I'll be your instrument of praise. Instrument. And in the evening I'll be your instrument of love. Whatever You want me to be, that's what I want. Instrument of praise. Yeah. Father, help Your children. Don't let them fall by the side of the road. No. Teach them to love one another, that heaven might find a place in their hearts. Jesus is love. He won't let you down. I know that He's love forever. Down in my heart, we've got to walk on through temptation. 'Cause His love and His wisdom will be our helping hand. Whoa. I know the truth in His word will be our salvation. Lift up our hearts and let's be thankful and so glad. Jesus is love. He won't let you down. I know that He is mine.
breaks the light of day. Gracefully my clouds they roll away. This is the moment I stand before the crowd. This is my chance to make my Savior proud. Waiting, I was waiting, I was.
Welcome back to the groove.
We got to tell you,
It's the groove.
the DJ was having devotion up in the studio over here listening to Jesus. I mean, he really was having devotion. I thought that we were going,
We were trying to cut
thought he
you
was
off.
going to get on his knees in a minute. I mean, he was
And
just,
Clifton was trying to pass the plate, but that's
yeah,
another
we
story.
said we don't let him pass the plate, though.
No,
But
yeah, he'll start digging in that plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
start
start
dipping.
dipping.
He's a dipper.
But that's the first time we ever seen Reggie get happy over up in here. Yeah.
Well, that's the beauty of the music, having opportunity
Absolutely.
to speak to all those parts of who we are just in our human existence. We're body, soul, and spirit, we're spiritual, but we also, we love one another. We laugh, we cry, we have just all these emotions, but to be able to sing songs that touch, all those parts of who we are. But for me, I think the most wonderful thing I can do is leave a person inspired through the music.
There you go.
You just did that with
I was
Reggie.
inspired.
He was
He was inspired.
But
That's one of my favorite tunes.
Hold on one second.
Go ahead.
We wanted to start off with your better half that we shared the song with. That we started off with "Spend My Whole Life Together" featuring
Spend my whole life.
Dale, your better half.
My better half, when I grow up, I want to be just like him.
Ah.
He's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person, one of the nicest people you could ever meet. And he's my best friend. We've been married for 33 years.
Wow.
I thought it was
married Roger's
34.
Music director. We were both, he was an artist as well on Elektra Records. And we met before, my career took off or anything like that. And we just became very good friends. He came in as a producer. I was on the road. The first time he ever heard me, he heard me before he met me. He heard me, because he was working in the studio as a producer, and he heard me sing, "You left, my world came to an end." Go on without you.
Yeah,
my
sing.
baby, the one that said hi to the people.
Yes, come say hi, Dale.
Hi, baby.
Say hi.
And he
Come
still
on,
makes,
baby.
he still makes you blush. Aw.
Dale, what's up, man? It's C-Mo's over here. Thank you for making it happen, my good brother.
That's C-Mo's right there.
What's
Talk
going
to him
on,
the
man?
phone.
Now, see, I love y'all, but now I'm gonna have to go put on my Cleveland Browns jersey because you're wearing
There
that.
you
shit.
go. There you go.
There we go.
Me and you both.
You've probably just come from watching the game because you got to watch the real team. I digress.
Hey, I understand. Your Steelers just won too.
But
Oh,
wait,
you
wait,
shouldn't have
wait.
mentioned
Wait,
it. You
wait.
shouldn't have
Wait.
mentioned
See?
it.
Should've
I got
said
the
that.
game. I got the game TiVo. I had the game
we
TiVo.
actually sang "Spend My Whole Life" at our wedding.
You did?
Yes, and whenever our schedules meet, if he gets a chance to come up, because he's a music director for Zapp,
Oh,
and
okay.
so when I go out to be with Zapp, I'll come out and do Computer Love, and when he comes out with me, he'll come out and do "Spend My Whole Life" and tell people that we sung that song at our wedding. So
Oh,
Nice.
I love that he still makes you blush after all this
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Look at her. Look at
he
her.
does, he does.
That's so sweet.
Well,
Well, thank
thank
you so much, Dale.
And marriage as it should be.
Yeah.
And congratulations.
That's exactly how it should be.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Really should be.
And I think the foundation is our friendship, and then we both have our relationship with God individually
First,
and
yeah.
then we encourage each other collectively. We have a beautiful 29-year-old son, Devin Alexander DeGroat, amazing kid. So we're
Amen.
proud parents.
Mm-hmm.
And you work at a marriage too now. I usually would tell people, and man, I can't imagine not being married to Shirley, but I tell people that say that being married is easy, They ain't doing it right.
Right. That's true.
Everybody can do it wrong.
That's why I'm not doing it at all.
Oh, if it was easy, everybody be doing
That's
it,
why
right?
I'm not doing it
That's
at
what
all.
my grandfather said. He would say, if it's easy, everybody would be doing it.
I love that. Now, how many times do you go out on the road strictly for gospel?
It's pretty much balanced. Because for a while, I wasn't doing R&B for a long time. When I met Bishop T.D. Jakes, I was signed to Warner Brothers. I was working on another R&B record. So that was about 2000?
Yeah,
No,
right.
this was-
Right. It's 99 because when
Roger
and
before that.
Roger and Larry died. That's when kind of everything happened. She got a release. Roger got her release from Warner Brothers that same year.
Right. So yes. So I met Bishop T.D. Jakes, and he said, maybe we might have an opportunity to do some things together. But I was signed to Warner Brothers. But it was always my heart's desire to sing gospel. But like I told you earlier, those doors never opened. So when he gave me the opportunity, I went to Roger. I said, Raj, I finally have an opportunity to sing gospel. I want to be released from Warner Brothers. So he got me released from Warner Brothers. I think it was on paper in December of '98, and he passed away Larry both passed away April of '99. But he said, baby, I'm not surprised. That's what you were doing when I met you. So he championed that for me, and he was really happy for me. He came to church to hear me sing, and so then when I signed to Bishop T.D. Jakes' record label, and then my first gospel record came out in 2002. 2002, and that was called Home. And then I did another gospel record with Ty Scott, one of the oldest Black-owned record companies, 2007, and then 2000.
I don't know when that went.
2012.
My very first live CD that featured Kelly Price, Regina Belle, and Beverly Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the latest gospel CD.
That's some
I
singing on that
my
record.
R&B music for a long time. Then God began to open the door for me to be able to go back and get my music and show me how to put it all together, in ministry, to let people know what these songs mean, like As We Lay. It's not a celebratory song about infidelity. It's a sad song about regret and consequences. And so it was really important, to did we lose you?
No, we're here. We're right here. We can hear you.
We hear you. Right? You said it got quiet. Huh?
Yeah, we right here.
Have you done anything with Ben Tankard, like in concert?
I haven't done a concert with Ben, but
you did the show.
Yeah, he had a TV show, and I came out, and they were celebrating, all his years of
Big
of
Red
work
Mine
with
is
music.
spinning right now. If y'all haven't done anything with Ben, he was on a couple weeks ago, and we said we're gonna do something. So I got something's just spinning in my head right now.
Come on with it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do everything. I do the mainstream. I do the R&B. I'm blessed to be able to do all of my music and to not only entertain people but to inspire people. So my prayer was God showed me how to use everything.
There you
He's
go.
done just that.
We got a caller. Can we take a caller?
Yes.
Yeah, we got a caller.
Oh, after the call, I'm leaving.
Thank you for calling. We love Rare Grooves. Who do we have on the line?
Hi, this is Lynn.
Hi, Lynn. How are you?
Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down.
Hi, Lynn.
Turn it down.
I did.
Thank you.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Miss Shirley Murdock, you look amazing. Oh, my God. What do you do?
She's
good jeans and
stunning,
Jesus
actually. And Mac.
And Mac.
She said good
There
jeans,
you
Jesus,
go.
and
There
Mac.
you
I
go.
love it.
But in that order. In that order, huh?
Yeah, I'm just trying to hold it down for an old lady. I'll be big. 64. I'm 64. I'll be 65 next year.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay, I was off.
Well,
Okay.
Way
don't
off.
tell nobody.
Clean living will help too.
Well,
Way
you the
off.
poster child for Black Don't Crack, huh?
There you go. That melon.
Well, I was calling. I know you've been touching on it recently, kind of as you've been talking, but I'd really love to know when you're going to be going out on concert again, R&B or gospel or both. But I don't know kind of if you're planning to do something. I know with the pandemic there hasn't been a lot going on, but people are getting back out there again in live concerts, and just wondering kind of what you're planning to do.
Yeah,
so
well,
we can,
we've been slowly getting back out. I've done a few gigs.
You did Toledo. And coming up, Freddie Jackson.
Yeah,
Shirley
okay,
and
yeah,
Freddie
I'll
Jackson.
be in Louisville, Kentucky this weekend coming up with Freddie Jackson. No. I want to go, baby. I want to go real bad. No, actually, it's the day after Thanksgiving, right now. Yeah, with Freddie Jackson, and is it also Anthony Hamilton? I think
I'm not sure
on
who
that
else
one.
is on it.
Yeah, but I'll put it all on my Facebook.
That's gonna be
I'll
a
make
good
sure you guys
show.
have my Twitter, my Facebook, and my IG information. But yeah, I've been doing book preaching. My husband and I we have an online ministry that we pastor and co-pastor called prayingforyou.org, and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 noon. So that's 9 o'clock for you guys Pacific. People call in for prayer. So we're just there, on the prayer wall to help people get through tough times. So we're doing it all.
And it's amazing. People call for both. Sometimes they call and say, well, we want Shirley to do gospel. Sometimes they say, we want Shirley to do our R&B stuff. And then lately we've been that call, hey, I want you to do both. Matter of fact, that's how she got into doing African-American plays, gospel plays, because she has a following in the gospel community and in the mainstream. So,
and I got a movie coming out on Amazon Prime.
Hey!
It's called The Matchmaker.
Oh.
Really? Okay.
Congratulations.
Do it.
When is that coming out? When is that coming out?
I'm going to post it. It's coming out soon. As a matter of fact, tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to post a trailer so you guys get a chance to see it. Okay?
Oh, send us that so we can post it.
Right. We can do it on the show. You can always call the show. Absolutely. And say, I'm calling in, and I know you might have another guest, but you family now.
I got me some friends. I
got
some friends on We Love Radio.
Yeah, you do.
So
without a doubt.
Thank you so much, Lynn, for calling in. We sure appreciate you.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't wait. I'll follow you on Facebook and make sure I'm keeping up for when you come out our way.
Now, where are you? What part of the country are you in, Lynn?
Oh, I'm here in Southern California.
Okay, all right.
Nice.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Jack comes out there a lot, so
thank you.
When my schedule permits, I'll come out there too. So sometime I might sneak out and do Computer Love with Zapp when I'm out there.
There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
We got a venue too for you.
Bye-bye.
Now, since you do both, since he said you do plays where you do both gospel and secular, have you ever worked with Tyler Perry and done on any of his plays?
As a matter of fact, I was with Tyler Perry when he first started off.
Okay.
The late great David Peason and I were his first national artists.
David Peason.
And his first
change. This is before it really took off. And Tyler's a very good friend, and when I look and see, what God has done for him, it's just amazing. So I still talk to Tyler. He's just a wonderful person, and I know where he came from, the struggles and things, and so it's just amazing. So his story is very, very encouraging for anybody that's got a dream, because not only is God the giver of the dream, he's the keeper and the fulfiller of the dream. And if he give you a vision, he'll give you a provision, baby.
Now,
can the church say amen?
It's amen. Now, it's interesting that you say that you worked with him in the very beginning, because his pianist, his keyboard player, his composer, Elvin Ross, he was a guest on our show for about 4 years ago now, I think, or 5 years ago now. And he talked about working with Tyler Perry when he was first starting out in his early years.
And also I saw him speak on Joel Osteen. He gave a presentation. Well, we saw it this past weekend, and he's an incredible speaker and had an incredible story.
Amazing. And he gives a lot,
Oh, that he do.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he does.
And is playing.
And I said, that's why God keeps blessing you, because you're always being a blessing.
Right.
Yeah, I love that.
All right, so let me go a different direction with you. So you talked just a little bit about the Dayton artists that you went national, but tell us about 2 or 3 that you said, I don't know why they didn't blow up. They was in Dayton, because Dayton was the center of much for about 6 or 7 years. But give us a couple, either individuals or groups, you said, man, they was killing it. It just didn't go over.
It's hard to tell, because the music business is very, very fickle, And remember, I'm not exactly from Dayton, so there are a lot of groups that maybe I don't know their whole story. But the music business is very fickle. I think the thing that I can only talk about the things that helped me. I think you have to just keep. Just like I remember I was saying earlier, you have to decide: do you want a hit record or do you want a career? You just keep working at it. You keep putting the records out. something's going to happen. You just don't give up. You keep pressing. You don't give up, and you will reap the reward if you faint not. The main thing is to not give up.
Yeah.
If you keep putting records out there and keep putting records out there, you keep working, it will pay. It will absolutely pay off.
Right.
Radio's changed a lot over the years now.
This is radio now.
Yeah.
But it's really, right, we're online radio.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But artists used to have to depend on some major record company to break their record.
Yeah.
You can independent records are doing way better.
Yeah.
Right.
Than a lot of people who are trying to get with major record labels.
Yeah.
Well, and when I said radio has changed a lot, I mean like
Payola.
radio personalities used to have the power of being able to play what they know their audience likes because they're in touch with the community.
Correct.
They know their listeners. They know them by name, and they're like the part of the heartbeat of the community. But now you got somebody sitting in an office in some other city that has no idea what's going on in your city, deciding what records are being played.
Correct.
There's only so much room on the playlist, and you got to have commercials because you got to pay the bills.
Right.
So it's a lot of things, a lot of variables that happen as to whether or not a record can even get into the ears of the people in order to be for the artist to be successful. But sometimes you have to go old school. Do that music, write those songs, record those songs, and if you got to sell it out your trunk, I remember seeing MC Hammer before he broke out.
Yes, yes, we do.
This is before my record came out. I was with Zapp, okay, singing background with Roger, and he was an opening act, and he was hot then. So, but he kept doing it, So you just don't give up on the dream. You keep on pushing. You keep on believing until it comes to fruition.
Now we can do a little segment. Thank you so much for that. And I was going to I think you kind of answered it. We always have a question, what would you tell a young artist that's embarking on a career? But I think you basically answered that question just now.
Yeah.
So I want to do something real quick in 60 seconds. We call it Shantini in 60 seconds, and then we're going to do our next musical set. And that segment is going to be kind of what people sampled, and then DJ Reg, our DJ Video, put something special together for you as we come back and close out. So we're going to do Shantini in 60 seconds, and then we're going to go.
I'm going to ask you a series of random questions. You have to answer them in 60 seconds or less.
Oh, Lord.
Don't let Clifton distract you.
I don't know if I'm going to say what I normally
ready,
say.
Reggie?
Yeah. Don't.
What was your first job?
First job was at the Toledo Hospital. I worked in dietary. I was in high school.
Oh, your
Delivering
favorite
food.
song to perform?
Favorite song to perform is Going Without You.
Oh,
Name
really?
a lover gave you. What is a name that a lover gave you?
Skip that one.
Doc.
I was born in 1984. What were you doing then?
Smoking.
Working on my record.
Greatest piece of advice that you've been given?
Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things be added unto you.
If you could record or produce an album for a celebrity that is deceased, who would it be?
Wow. Whitney Houston.
If you hadn't made a career in music, what would you have done instead?
Fashion designer.
If you could live again as an animal, which one would it be?
Eagle.
Which superpower would you want? Invisibility, flying, or reading minds?
Flying.
Dream artist to work with today that is alive?
Stevie Wonder.
That's 60. That's it. That was quick. You flew right through that. Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Clifton usually messes it up for people.
Well, I couldn't usually interrupt.
You couldn't
what
because
she
she's
was
a
doing.
nice woman of God. So
Right,
you
and
couldn't do
I-
what you
yeah.
normally do.
What she
And
was
she's
doing it-
protected.
Right.
Yeah.
At 84,
She's
she
covered. His
she
heart
was
done
covered-
been changed. You done changed his heart. His heart done got changed
No,
in this little segment.
Because usually in 84, I just say you were smoking weed with me, but they told
But
me
then
don't say
his-
it. They
no.
told me don't say it tonight.
That's right. With your
But I
heat.
still got it out.
You heathen
She's
self.
she's mad, man.
Yeah, his heart was convicted today. You know.
Hey,
Well, bless the Lord.
Bless the Lord.
we can ready to go into a
Bless your,
segment.
bless your heart, not your paw.
We go to this segment we call the Dusty of the Week, where we go down into the crates, into the groove yards, into the basement, and we just find something that was back in the day, and we share it with our friends. And it's brought to you by Sweet Life Concierge Digital Magazine. Get on the Sweet Life today. It's an online magazine that's here and based out of Southern California with the editor, Miss Sarah Harris. This month on the cover, they got Tavis is the man out here now. He has the only black-owned radio station this side west of the Mississippi, so he's on the cover. Talk show. Well, radio, AM talk show. KBL on 1580. Download the app today and also download Sweet Life SoCal Digital Magazine. Subscribe today. So the Dusty of the Week, what's the Dusty of the Week, gang? Y'all know what the Dusty of the Week is for us. It's one and only, the one and only, two of them together.
Pearl Bailey and Nat King Cole, I Can't Rock and Roll to Save My Soul.
Check this out, Miss Murdock, and then we're going into some great samples that you may not have heard of, and then DJ Brad's a special presentation for you here on We Love Rare Grooves. Pretty Tony, take me away with the Dusty of the Week.
That's my kind of music, y'all. That's the strain. Here goes. I can't rock and roll to save my soul. No, I can't rock and roll to save my soul. I have never known to stumble when they play a rumba number, but I can't rock and roll to save my soul. Play it! Hey!
He left me here alone with his child. All hope was gone. I couldn't find my way alone. I met you then, but I doubted you. Still your strength enchanted me. You were a father to my child and a man to me. Now I'm no longer lost, 'cause you showed me my way. I used to be so lost in a world of untrue love. Then you came along and led me home. Well, at first I doubted you, still you brought me through.
Yo, I can't meet you later, yo. What happened? Yo, he's stalking me like. In your face like that? Like that. Yo, hold on. Yo, I'm talking to June. Alright. Yo, damn, he in your face like that? Just like that. Yo, I'll keep you later. I gotta call you back. Alright, man. I'll see you now.
Hey, yo, you got to understand I'm like a fool to the world. Cause I'm friends with your man, plus you cool with my girl. Now I don't really understand how the cat, he be stressing you. I don't understand that you're grown, but yet he question you. Guessing that you love him, but you in it for the pay. Well, know where you at every minute of the day. But since we learn to creep, it's like we yearn for sleep. And my girl's in my face when I don't return the beep. It's like a sin or a crime, you in the Benz all the time. Your man know you ain't with your friends all the time. But I be selfish, saying chance it alone. That's why I hang up when he answer the phone. And I be calling from my house, being the ball I be. Plus I know he's too cheap for call I be.
It was you who kept me holding on, no matter what was going. So whatever you need, I got you. Yeah.
Reminiscing that 6 train from way back. Now it's sky blue phantoms and stretch Maybachs. For sweeping them floors in them Bronx apartments. To meet I Itaque on that red carpet. When Pun died, you was the first to call me. I never told you, but you was there for me. Whatever you need, I'll be there for you. Crack, I got your back for real. Shoot story.
My loyalty will always be with you if you just promise me. Before you left me, I had it all. You were with me, and that was enough. He came along, and I forgot all about you. I was a fool, but I was enough. Because you left, my world came to an end. And you came back, I think it brought it back together. Now I know there is no
Yeah, history in the making, do or die. Yeah, Me and do or die, got maneuvers, whole pimp tactics all in one package.
You know I've been around, from hot sexy mamas to cool prima donnas. I wanna share one treasure, oh so rare. 'Cause it's your face I see on my computer screen. You keep me warm tonight. Such a sweet delight. I will cherish the memory of this night. Yes, I found my computer. You told me things, and I believe them all. You disappeared at times, but that didn't matter at all. Those lonely nights, I waited for your call. I didn't know it then. You were someone's husband. My desire for you is strong, but I won't do wrong. You're that lady's husband. My decency prevails, yes it does, and it won't let me keep you, no. So I'm letting you go, letting you go. So I'm letting you go, letting you go. Tell lady, the sweetest woman in the world can be the meanest woman in the world. You make her that way, her that way. You keep on hurting her, she keeps being quiet. She might be holding something inside that could hurt you one day. It's a thin line between love it's a thin line. It's a thin line. You know it.
Awesome night when our Savior was born. The Word of God lets us know that there was a multitude of angels that sung praise and gave him glory. And because we understand the reason for the season, we can join in and give him glory. Amen? We can praise him, we can worship him. Oh, come all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye, oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. I love me better than that, yeah. I'm going to get my life back. As I look in the mirror, a broken woman I see, broken down by the streets of life's journey. That broken woman is me. So I take me a little ride back down memory lane, past the verbal and the physical abuse and all the trauma and the pain. I've got to flee from this crazy situation, 'cause it's driving me insane. Now I'm packing up
just begin to thank the Lord for a dream? Let me see you wave your hand if you got a dream. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Trouble often comes to destroy the dream within. Hard to find a friend that wants to see you win. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Trouble often comes to destroy what we could be.
Welcome back to the Groove Studios. It's a night of Miss Shirley Murdock in live and living color. Did you know about most of those samples? I'm sure that you guys got your receipts for. Am I right? I will name them for you to make sure you got your receipts. So that was one by Capadonna.
Can you hear us?
Are you there?
A little bit.
Yeah.
How about that? Can you hear us? We're back.
You hear us now?
Groove Studios with Miss Shirley Murdock. That's right. I'm C. Mose, DJ Reg, Shantini, Robert A. We're back here on We Love Rare Groove. So what we were saying is we just had some of those songs that make sure you got your receipts for. Capadonna, Cameron, Fat Joe. I know you got Fat Joe and Jennifer because that was a big hit right there. The Do or Die, they had featured Kanye West on there.
Did you know that all those songs that they all sampled you?
You know, most of them I did. Most of them I did. And some are like, you know about that one.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what it was? It's like, Computer Love had a baby, so those are grandkids.
Well, Miss Murdock, remember.
And we also got some little bad baby grandkids up in that mix too.
Now remember, Miss Murdock, in the beginning of our conversation, you said that you were, 4 or 5 years old singing Aretha Franklin's music, and I must say that I was the 4 or 5 year old singing your music.
Were you singing As We Lay?
Oh yeah, and singing it like I knew what. Of course, as I singing as if I knew what I was singing. So I understand what you're talking about with having the older voice, but I just wanted you to know that your music and your gifts have made room for you, because here's someone here across from you that was singing your music as a little girl.
That's amazing.
Singing
That's
it too
amazing.
grown. As they say, I was being fast. So I was being a fast man.
But you know what it was too? It wasn't so much, and I'm sure you can relate. It's not so much that you understood the story, it's how the music made you feel.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, because some of that stuff you get grown and you don't understand it. We have to ask, well, what did you mean by this? Or were you saying this with that? So
how do we stay in touch with Shirley Murdock?
You can stay in touch with me on Facebook, Twitter at Shirley Murdock, the number 4 real. Also, I'm on IG, Shirley Murdock, the number 4 real. And also I have a YouTube page as well. So if you go to my IG, all of that's listed right there as well. And Christmas is coming up, and last year I did a remake of a classic Christmas song called Winter Wonderland, but I put like a little R&B feel on it. So y'all might want to check that out for Christmas.
Now,
are you going to sing it like Aretha sang it? Sleigh bells ring.
Well, she up in there,
Yeah.
Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight. We're happy tonight, walking in the winter wonderland. So y'all check that out.
Well, will there be a video?
Well, there's this video there too.
Okay.
We're gonna be in the Wonderland.
There's a video and the song is available. I also have an EP out. It's got 3 songs. The Little Things, Call Me, and Good Man. So I got a little music out there. So if you check my YouTube channel, you'll see those things.
Well,
too.
we do a Christmas show every year. You're welcome to come back if you feel like staying up late. We're doing it a month from now.
Y'all got the bat phone.
Oh, that's true. I do have the bat phone. So if the bat phone says it's okay, then we'll make it happen then, right?
Yeah, there you go. But listen, let me thank you so much for taking out the time, to talk to me. It's been a kind of a rough week. We lost my sister.
Our condolences.
But I wanted to make sure that I came on, because I know that I'm not the only one going through things, but hopefully and prayerfully something was said to encourage somebody, while they're going through.
Me.
Oh, you done changed their hearts in the studio. I'm telling you.
Oh, praise God. And for those who may have lost a loved one like myself, I just want to remind you that your loved one is not in your past. They are in your future. And the last breath they took on this side was the first breath they took on the other side. And God, he was able to bring them back home into his loving arms. So let that give you peace. Don't let this be something that will separate you from your family, but something that will bring you closer together, but most of all, closer to God.
Well, we can end on that. I love that.
That means a lot. I just recently lost my son this year, so I thank you for that. From the team, we wanted Pretty Tony, DJ Reg, Robert A. the consultant, Shantini, and myself. We want to, for coming on the show, spending time, we want to give you the We Love Rare Grooves Award. So thank you so much for coming in. Thank you. All right, here it is. You see it? Yeah, I'm passing it to you.
Right now, hand it to me.
Yes.
Wow. There it is.
And you have to put it on your wall.
For this, thank you.
You have to put it on your shelf next to your other records. Don't use it as a paperweight.
I will. It's going there. Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. And call me anytime. I'd love to come back.
So, yes, just as important, you're part of our alumni. Anytime that you need to have something promoted, just like Ben Tankard, we've been on for 6 years, and we've got a strong group of people that we love and support. And you being one of the original Ohio singers. I ain't going to call you no player. Ohio singers, okay.
And I never left Ohio.
I know.
OHIO. Hold on.
Oh, that's right.
We're going to close the show out in 1 minute. Hold on 1 second. We just need you to do one thing for us as we close out the show. We want to thank our listening audience.
Don't go nowhere.
All over the globe for joining us for another evening of We Love Rare Grooves with the legends, as we had Shirley Murdock in the house. You will be able to see the show
in its entirety, video version on YouTube, and you can listen to the audio version on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. You can follow us on Instagram, We Groove Entertainment. We Love Rare Grooves on the Facebook. Follow us on the Twitter.
What's up?
Thank you guys so much for your support. We really appreciate it.
And anywhere you want to find your podcast, you will find We Love Rare Grooves. A special thank you to DJ Reg. You put together a great video. Hope you enjoyed it, Miss Murdock. It was wonderful.
I did. Thank you.
We'll make sure you get a copy of it.
Please do.
Appreciate our engineer, Pretty Tony, the consultant, always making sure OHIO is in the house.
Absolutely.
And Shantini, the glue to keep us going. So please join us next week as we'll have another legendary guest in the studios, as we will be back with Switch and Greg Williams of Switch talking about the book Motown, Switch, and Me. But also they'll be in town
from Ohio,
December 19th.
Who cares?
At the Globe Theater with Elder
right.
Barge.
Detroit gonna be back in here real
for
shortly. Y'all keep
Soulful
it up.
Sundays, keeping it live here in Los Angeles. So Soulful Sunday.
LA's in the house. Yeah,
December 19th, Sunday. Switch and Elder Barge. So we want to thank our sponsors, LB Tax Consultant, and also Beverly Boys Production, the go-to guys for all your video production needs. With that being said, we can ready to close out the show with the lovely and beautiful Miss Shirley Murdock. We thank you from the bottom of our Groove Studio hearts for joining us tonight. Take me away as we close out. DJ Reg, Pretty Tony, I don't hear no music.
What do you want, man?
An interlude as we close out the show. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry.
Hey, we'll see you same groove time, same groove channel next week on We Love Rare Grooves.
Yabba dabba.
Hold on 1 second
Hang
for
on,
us,
Miss
Miss
Murdock.
Murdock.